Hello, and thank you for being a member of the PRECIP team. We want everyone to have the best field experience possible, which requires each of us to maintain the highest standards of conduct. The PRECIP Code of Conduct specifies that all PRECIP meetings, workshops, communications, and field operations should be characterized by mutual trust and the absence of intimidation, oppression, harassment, and exploitation by all participants. This policy includes all project participants, regardless of affiliation or nationality. Thank you for watching this video and for your help in making the PRECIP experience the best it can be for everyone, whether in the field or virtually. Thank you, and go PRECIP.
Hello, PRECIP participants, and thank you for joining today. In order for all participants to have the best field experience possible, we would like to provide a very short training on how to create and maintain a sustainable high-performance team during our field work. In order to create and maintain a sustainable high-performance team, we have actually done some specific research through a separate NSF-funded project to understand what works and what doesn't work in training field teams in safety and harassment policies. I'd like to thank contributions from Emily Fisher, Brittany Bloodhart, and Lindsay Burr for some of the specific material seen here, as well as Advanced Geo. I'd like to start here with a quote by Vince Lombardi: "Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work." And several quotes here from Henry Ford: "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself." And we'd like to figure out and discuss today how we can do this with our PRECIP field campaign. Okay, so I'd like to start with the team model. This comes from Lindsay Burr. She is an expert in training high performance teams, some of which are in the Fortune 500 company list, in order to provide information on how high performance teams can do their best. And so she provided this framework here that basically, if we want to think about how an organization works in the best possible way, we have inspired leadership at the center. Your PRECIP PIs are all committed to providing a safe and inclusive environment for our participants. And then surrounding this inspired leadership, we have healthy renewal, good fit, right roles, mutual trust, full engagement, purposeful planning, excellent execution, and exceptional results. So in this kind of framework that Lindsay has created, this is basically how a organization will work if all of these pieces are working well together. Some examples of what happens if you do well at these items and if you fail at these items are shown here in green and red respectively. So for example, in the middle here, if you have great inspired leadership, a lot of these pieces can come together. Let's start and talk about these different bubbles here. Healthy renewal. If you don't do this well and provide some adequate ways for your team to renew themselves in the context of what they're doing, you may see boredom and burnout. In terms of good fit, if this is a good fit for the team, then you can do well at this item. If not, then you have individual and team goals that are unmet. In terms of right roles, everybody understands their role and where they fit into the organization or the field campaign. If you don't do this well, you can have confusion, gaps, and also some independent action that is beyond what the organization wants to do. Mutual trust. This is really important for our harassment discussion. If we have this, it's really successful and we all have trust and with our team. If not, you can have fear and politics, which are negative aspects, of course, with any organization. Full engagement. If people feel supported, they will bring their full selves to the task at hand. Or if you don't do this well, you can have just a job or working extra hard and people get upset with those items. Purposeful planning. If you do this well and you have kind of informed and discussions in planning your organization or your campaign, this is great. If not, you can have chaos in multiple directions and this leads to issues. Excellent execution. If you don't do this well, you have overload and inefficiency. And exceptional results. If you don't do this, you can lose brand status and talent. This is, of course, related to companies, but this is something that we are interested in as well. With this perspective, we would like to discuss how we can take advantage of some of these best practices in our PRECIP organization and safety of our teams in the field. And so our teamwork goals, we really want to get the best out of everyone's talent. Everybody brings something unique and important to our field campaign, and we want to make sure that everybody feels supportive and also can perform at their best. This requires us to build an inclusive team that looks out for one another in the field, We are going to be in international locations in different places. And so building this team dynamic is really critical. And so because of this and to meet these goals, we have developed the PRECIP Code of Conduct that will be shared with all participants. This will be a very important part of our PRECIP teamwork goals. Why does this matter? Trust really matters. It matters that people feel safe, respected, and included. It keeps talent, keeps people on task and in our team. Losing trust means a loss of ability. Connection. If we have disconnection, this degrades communication. This also maintains our team dynamics. We're going to be working together as a team in a lot of decision making and a lot of fast processes with the field work. This is really important to keep all of these things moving forward as a successful team. And in general, successful teams have mutual trust. And so providing information on harassment and how to keep our team safe is part of that strategy. Okay, so field campaign teams. So in field campaigns, we work in teams. This is specific to some of the research that we are looking at with our separate project. And in general, when you're in the field campaign, we're working together in high pressure environments. Sometimes we work long hours, meaning people get tired and things like that. We're also working toward defined team goals and objectives, like I mentioned with the framework mentioned before. We also have a network of connected scientists and students. We are in an unfamiliar environment. In this case, we have an international component to our field campaign. We're also disconnected from trusted networks at home. And so mutual trust and a positive working environment are really critical for productivity and success in field campaigns. And so because of this, we have developed a robust code of conduct that takes into account these ideas. In general, if we think about the stats, in the earth sciences, there was a survey of about 500 women in the earth sciences, and 51% had experienced unwanted sexual attention during their career. In terms of safety first, 18% of women of color and 12% of white women astronomers reported skipping professional events because they felt unsafe. 36% of LGBT physicists considered leaving their workplace because of exclusionary behavior. And during field work, 64% had experienced sexual harassment, inappropriate or sexual remarks, or jokes about physical beauty and cognitive sex differences. More than 20% had personally experienced sexual assault, including unwanted physical contact, sexual advances, or sexual contact. And more than 90% of women and 70% of men who had been harassed or assaulted were students, postdocs, or employees of lower rank than their assailants. And this is from Advanced Geo. Over the last few years, the scientific community has started responding and taking action in order to address harassment and codifying policies that people must adhere to. The one that is particularly relevant, as this campaign is funded by NSF, is the important notice number 144, specifically addressing harassment. And so this policy states that NSF does not tolerate sexual harassment of any kind or any kind of harassment within the agency, at grantee organizations, field sites, or anywhere NSF-funded science and education are conducted, and they expect all awardee organizations to establish and maintain clear and unambiguous standards of behavior to ensure harassment-free workplaces wherever science is conducted. So this is a very strong statement, and our PRECIP field campaign adheres directly to this policy. We also, again, had a separate study led by Emily Fisher called Leveraging Field Campaign Networks for Collaborative Change. And as part of this, we had basically trained participants from 4 major field campaigns, including from WeCan, Relampago, Cheesehead, and FireAQ. And those who participated in the training felt more comfortable in intervening in situations of harassment. And I'm happy to provide this training material to anybody who's interested in getting more in depth into this, this material that we provided to these other field teams. I did actually conduct a small training on this at our 2019 workshop, but again, sorry, our 2020 workshop, but at the same time, we are, with this 2-year delay, we are resuming and talking about this again. And so again, these safe and inclusive teams lead to strong field team dynamics and success in the field. So as a specific point here, we are providing a very strong code of conduct from PRECIP. This is from all of your PIs. In accordance with NSF and individual laboratory and university policies, PRECIP meetings, workshops, communications, and field operations should be characterized by mutual trust and the absence of intimidation, oppression, and exploitation by all participants. This includes all project participants, regardless of affiliation. This is our code of conduct, and we have a lot of details in the specific code of conduct document that I will share with all participants very shortly. As you review the specific information in the PRECIP code of conduct, you will note that we have identified primary points of contact during the PRECIP field campaign that are happy to serve as reporters for any incidents that do occur. And these folks are listed here. And if an incident is reported, these folks will report the incident to the appropriate office of the institution of the alleged perpetrator in accordance with the policies of their home institution. PRECIP leadership requires that all participants, number one, review the PRECIP code of conduct document, which will be shared with all participants, and this video recording. So if you're here and you're still watching this video, you are addressing this first point here. The second thing is we have a Google form to indicate your adherence with the code of conduct and that you have reviewed this video. Okay, so I'll leave you with this again, with these Henry Ford quotes: coming together as a beginning, keeping together as progress, working together as success. And if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And so we hope to have a safe and inclusive field campaign where we move together, we work as a team, and everybody feels safe and supported. So with that, I'd like to end and say go PRECIP, and we hope to see you all in the field. Thanks for your attention.